The Jimmy Z Show.
I really want to get to Sarah Palin on today, so we can listen to this, and we'll probably have to wait till the next show to get to Obama's ridiculous remarks about the Republican budget. Outrageous. And I've got some great responses, too. Obama is, he's panicking now. And I think I've read in a number of places that the White House is in panic mode.
Now to the GOP presidential race. Voters are heading to the polls in Wisconsin, Maryland, and the District of Columbia today, and Mitt Romney is hoping the results will help him become the presumptive nominee.
And, of course, Romney took all three. I've been trying to tell people for a long time now that sitting back and arguing about whether or not it should be Newt Gingrich or Rick Santorum who should take out Mitt Romney, it's too late now. The media did not give us Mitt Romney. The establishment Republicans did not give us Mitt Romney. The conservative voters did. The anti-Romney vote was always, not always, but in many cases, the anti-Romney vote was bigger in many of these states than the Romney vote. So now we're stuck with Mitt Romney. I just got in another argument with someone on Facebook yesterday, a Newt Gingrich supporter who still thinks Newt has a chance, which is idiotic right there. A woman who hates Rick Santorum. And I said, well, you're part of the reason why we're getting Mitt Romney as the Republican nominee. Oh, no, I stood up for what I believe in. That's fine. Rick Santorum, for all his faults, and he does have faults, he would have been far better a Republican nominee and a president than Mitt Romney. But conservatives split their vote between Rick Santorum and Newt Gingrich. And for all the concern about having a third-party candidate interrupt the Republican nominee in the general election campaign against Barack Obama, conservatives didn't seem to be worried at all about what their division between Rick Santorum and Newt Gingrich would do, resulting in Mitt Romney becoming the Republican nominee. Conservative Republicans never seemed to realize what they were doing. And now it's too late. It's too late. Republicans still think, we're going to have an open convention, and then Newt Gingrich can step up. No, with the kind of voting that Newt Gingrich is getting across the country, even if there were not a presumptive nominee going into the convention, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be Newt Gingrich. Anyway, I'm taking a lot of time away from Sarah Palin.
Today, and Mitt Romney is hoping the results will help him become the presumptive nominee. Fox News contributor and former vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin is here with her take on the race. She's also the author of America by Heart, Reflections on Family, Faith, and Flag. Governor Palin, it's good to have you with us. Good morning.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
So if Governor Romney does well in Wisconsin today, in Maryland and District of Columbia, it seems he is the nominee. Are you happy with that?
Anything is still possible. There can still be a bit of a shakeup, but the numbers are what the numbers are. And yeah, he does seem to be obviously the front runner. And, I've been of the mindset that anybody but Obama will be so much better for our country.
But you didn't answer the question. Are you happy with that? And it doesn't sound like you're happy with Mitt Romney as the party's nominee.
Anybody but Obama. I honestly believe that anybody running on that GOP ticket would be infinitely better than what we have today with these failed socialist policies.
Would you like to see some more choice?
Do you notice that she's not really saying anything? Anybody but Obama. Do you like Mitt Romney? Anybody but Obama. Can't you hear me? Anybody but Obama. Well, do you think Mitt Romney is going to be a good president? Anybody but Obama. It doesn't matter. And by the way, a Christian woman like Sarah Palin should know the difference between what she believes and what Mormons believe. And I realize a lot of people say, well, even a Mormon would be better than Obama, who is not even close to being a Christian. And I agree with that regarding Obama. We're going to get into all of that in much more detail, but now's not the time. I just can't believe Sarah Palin is still sitting on the fence. This entire primary, she's been sitting on the fence. Anybody but Obama. That's the mantra. it should not be anybody but Obama. Or at least it shouldn't have been. What the campaign mantra should have been, the primary mantra should have been, the best possible conservative candidate. That's what we need. But Sarah Palin never said that. What she did, she got on Fox News and played the role of a bipartisan hack pundit. She never said anything worthwhile. To conservatives, at least, she sat on the fence and played bipartisan patty cake.
Would you like to see some more choices? A lot of people are saying it is not too late to shake this up at the convention. Someone like Chris Christie or Jeb Bush or Mitch Daniels or Sarah Palin could come in here and shake things up and give Republicans another choice.
There is no perfect candidate. And, I would warn voters to never put their faith wholly in an individual, in a politician, because a politician will disappoint you. But have faith in what that politician stands for, what their record represents.
Okay, so politicians will disappoint you? Certainly Sarah Palin has. And then what did she say right there at the end of the clip?
But have faith in what that politician stands for, what their record represents.
Oh, okay, well, in that case, Romney is out. If she believed what she's saying, there is no possible way she could ever support Mitt Romney. Ah, that makes me so mad. Ah! It makes Perez Hilton mad, too. Oh, man.
But have faith in what that politician stands for, what their record represents.
How can you have faith in what Mitt Romney stands for when his record tells us that he stands against everything we stand for?
And in the choices that we have in the GOP now, the four gentlemen who are running, they're all good. They all have their strengths. And as I say, America will be better off with any of them.
Let's talk about one of your strengths. When you came on the scene in 2008, you had your detractors. You were a polarizing political figure. But one thing that everybody realized was that you had the ability to stir the passion of your base. Governor Romney doesn't have that ability. Is it a major flaw for a candidate at this stage of the game?
He will have that ability to really.
Where's it going to come from? Aren't you born with that?
Okay, I want you to follow what's going on here. Matt Lauer is asking Sarah Palin, how is it that the Republicans are nominating someone who cannot appeal, who does not appeal to the conservative base? And basically, here's Sarah Palin's response.
He will have that ability.
He will have it. He will have, at some point in the future, Romney will have the ability to appeal to the conservative base. He hasn't had it his entire political career. But Sarah Palin is telling us it's magically Romney will be able to appeal to the conservative base. How? And that's what Matt Lauer is asking Sarah Palin about as she prattles on about America is at a crossroads and we've got to get rid of Obama. Meanwhile, Mitt Romney does not appeal to conservatives at all. They are not rallying behind him, and it's going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Governor Romney doesn't have that ability. Is it a major flaw for a candidate at this stage of the game?
He will have that ability to really.
Where's it going to come from? Aren't you born with that?
Because people understand that America is at a crossroad right now and that we have a choice in what direction we'll head. We'll either be able to build on the foundation of liberty and individual freedoms.
So many buzzwords. So much political jargon. But she's not really saying anything. The question, and she's miles away from the answer right now, is where is Mitt Romney going to magically get this ability to rally the conservative troops?
We'll either be able to build on the foundation of liberty and individual freedoms here in America and that entrepreneurial spirit, or we'll go down the other road of these failed socialist policies that Obama has done to this country.
But Governor Romney, in your opinion, can all of a sudden develop that skill? He can get the guy sitting at the bar in Alabama or the woman in the factory in Des Moines to feel he's one of them?
You know, I like the question that Matt Lauer is asking here. How does Mitt Romney appeal to the conservative base of the Republican Party? And the answer is he doesn't. And he hasn't, and he won't. Sarah Palin, oh, yeah, he will. He's going to. One day, he's got this magical underwear, I guess. He can go into the Mormon temple and get the magical ability to appeal to conservatives. Romney is not going to appeal to conservatives because as soon as he gets the nomination, he's moving to the center.
Governor Romney, in your opinion, can all of a sudden develop that skill? He can get the guy sitting at the bar in Alabama or the woman in the factory in Des Moines to feel he's one of them?
You know, he will be able to do that. If not Romney, if one of the other GOP candidates happen to surpass Romney in the delegate count, and whomever it is, Matt, yes, we'll be able to really coalesce. We will be able to coalesce around that nominee and make sure that voters understand that they have a choice here in which direction America is going to head.
Okay. She's still talking about somebody else having the opportunity to overtake Romney in the delegate count. Okay, I know I'm very hard on Sarah Palin, and there are some of you who really like Sarah Palin, but back in July of 2010, Sarah Palin lost me here.
Hi, this is Sarah Palin. This is the time when conservatives must stand up and fight against the big government policies of President Obama and Democrats in Congress. No one is a more forceful leader than my friend, John McCain. Every day, John is fighting the president's radical plan to put Washington bureaucrats in charge of your health care. It's John McCain who is fighting for transparency and against backroom sweetheart deals. If we have a chance to stop the Democrats in Congress and the White House, it's because John McCain is leading that charge.
What?
Standing up for true conservatives.
What a load of crap.
Standing up for Arizona. John McCain. Character matters.
John McCain is Arizona's last line of defense.
I'm John McCain, and I approve this message.
Scumbag.
Okay, that's why I have such a hard time listening to Sarah Palin, because she sold out. The day she went to Arizona and started campaigning with John McCain, she sold out on her supposed conservative values. There are a couple of articles in the show notes I'll touch on really quickly here. At the Washington Post, what Sarah Palin's appearance on Today proves. What was always true, even in the depths of Palin's campaign against the media, was that she needed the media. Out of office, Palin's best or only way to remain in the spotlight was to keep making news by attacking the news. If the media ignored Palin, she had and has no ability to be the sort of celebritician, a combination of celebrity and politician, that she clearly wants to be. Palin, of course, knows that. Criticize her for many things, but one thing she gets is how the media political complex works. Remember, Palin was, in a past life, a sports reporter on TV. On that front, she carries a sort of instinctual understanding of how to play the game. But for me, the fact is that Sarah Palin could have played a big part in defeating Mitt Romney during the Republican primary. She didn't. She didn't play any part. Except, I think, on 2 occasions regarding 2 states during the primary, where she said she would vote for Newt Gingrich just to keep the race going. That's not the right answer. It's my belief that she is keeping all the bridges intact so that no matter who the nominee is, she will have a chance to get some kind of appointment with the new administration. Do I know that for a fact? No. But it seems obvious. Why else would a conservative Tea Party person like Sarah Palin, she is the queen of the Tea Party, for lack of a better word, why else would she keep silent while Mitt Romney, the rhino in the bunch, is becoming the nominee? It makes no sense. I think she is looking at this entire primary process for her own self-aggrandizement. And I realize if you love Sarah Palin, you hate it when I talk about this. But come on. let the truth about Sarah Palin sink in.
The Jimmy C. Show.
Oh! Bye-bye. Take care.
Dismiss.